Another team that is of interest to me, based on a suspension, is one that we know will be without their top wide receiver and one of the best in the game. DeAndre Hopkins has been suspended for the first 6 games of the 2022 season. And so now we know which games the Cardinals are going to be playing without him. And I'll tell you what, I mean, first of all, when you're playing in the NFC West, it's tough sledding anyway, and you're playing the AFC West this year too. My gosh, their first 6 games without this, so no DeAndre Hopkins, and you know it's a much different team without DeAndre Hopkins in this offense, or at least it has been historically with Hopkins being on the team. They start off home against Kansas City, then they go to Vegas, then they're home for the Rams. They fly all the way across the country to Carolina. That is a Week 4 game for Arizona. Let me just check on that, if you don't mind bearing with me as I'm thumbing through my guide here. Keep that up on the screen if you don't mind. That is the, at least for them, it's a late window game. So it's not one of those one Eastern West Coast team things. So you got to pay attention to that sort of stuff. Yep. Home for Philadelphia, then at Seattle. I mean, those are the 6.
2 and 4.
Now
maybe?
you could say that's tough. That's real tough.
I don't know.
That's real tough. You could sit there and say that's real tough, but then you look at the rest of their schedule. Period.
They have a hard schedule. Yeah, hard.
Well, all the NFC West teams are at the top of the strength of schedule. Worst, the strongest strength, schedule that you've got to go against. In the same way that all the NFC East teams are sitting atop the best, least strength of schedule.
And then they play the AFC West.
That's tough, brother. And as I've mentioned, Arizona has had a problem finishing strong. But at least for them, they've still been in the race finishing slow because of their fast starts. And this is going to be a very tricky season. Another reason why Kyler wants to get paid before they even touch a football in training camp. Because without Hopkins in those first 6 games, and then their difficulty in finishing games, that's the recipe for Kyler to wind up on a couch with a dog looking for a belly scratch. Even though, and certainly if he gets hurt and he's playing hurt or he's missing some games and Colt McCoy comes in and wins 2 of 3, I think it's going to get done. You heard Steve Keim saying, we're not trading him. You got to be out of your mind. We're not trading him. So, now that you see the schedule, putting things together between your off-season stories and your now regular season schedule and how it may work out. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.